All right, so today I was going to talk about something somewhat personal that is somewhat, not somewhat. Sorry, first, this is drawing and talking with Nathaniel Sullivan. And today I was going to talk about something personal, something pertaining to me, which I guess obviously makes it personal. Something about me as a person. The thing I was going to talk about was absent mindedness. Right, I was going to talk about I don't know if I would consider it ADHD, but the reason that this came up was my wife. There are these moments where I sort of terrify my wife, right? I told my wife one time, examples are always good. I told my wife one time, I was looking for my watch, right? I'd lost my watch and I was looking for it. And I found the watch, but then I got distracted. And so I had to start looking for the watch again. And this really kind of horrified her. I think she kind of summed this up. I think it was expressed as, oh my God, if you ever get Alzheimer's, how will I ever know? Or how will I ever be able to tell any difference? There's a lot of sort of things like that. I'll take my son to school, and I'll intend to take my son to school, and I'll just keep on driving to the next place I have to go and not turn to take him to school. Um, it's impossible. It's really, it's always so impossible for me to put things. I can't keep anything in the same place. I can't. All right, so see, this is what's really confusing about being this way. So I think other people are all obsessive. I think other people are like these total lunatics who decide I'm going to keep my keys right here, and I'm going to keep these books right here, and I'm going to put this stuff right over here, and it's never going to change, right? See, I think that takes an incredible act of will. And my wife said, no, right? That's the default, right? Normal people, I shouldn't say normal people. She would say, like, look, other people aren't like that. Other people, they figure out the best place to put something, and then they put something in that place, and they always put it back in that place, and they do that consistently. That's the default. You're the one who's weird, right? You're the one who doesn't do things like everyone else. And she's kind of got a point, right? I kind of have to admit, she kind of seems that seems to be the case. I thought people were I thought it was this incredible act, this superhuman act of will people were engaged in, so that people could do something that I really cannot do. And what I mean by that is that stuff. Yeah, I mean, stuff just kind of moves around constantly. Nothing ever gets put back in one place. Stuff always changes location, right? The stuff in the kitchen, God only knows where it'll be next time. I mean, yeah, I have this somewhat more under control than I used to, and this manifests itself in other ways. I remember one time I had to mail letters, and I had to return library books, so I went to the mailbox, right? I went to the mailbox drop box, and I started walking to the library, and of course I realized pretty quick. I started wondering why the library books in my hands felt so light, and I looked down, and of course I put the library books in the mailbox. I put them in the post office. One of those big, blue mailboxes, the big chunk, right? Mailboxes. So I put the library books in there, and I was walking to the library with the letters. So I had to call the post office, and they were quite nice about it. They laughed at me, but they were quite nice about it. It's this is I gotta say things have gotten a lot better, at least for me personally, since I got married, because bills. I mean, I would just kind of. I would pay them, but I would kind of pay them late, or it would kind of occur to me every now and then to pay things, and so, looking back on it, it's really kind of a wonder how I sort of pulled that off. Yeah, another reason I kind of thought of this was my wife showed me an article written by a kid who has ADHD, And yeah, it sounded a lot of it sounded pretty familiar. A lot of it sounded like very much like my kind of experience, my kind of life experience. I remember the kid said, other people keep Thursday and other people can tell the difference between Tuesday and Thursday, and I just don't do that, right? And this kid was saying school's pretty tough for me, pretty weird for me, because school's all about keeping things in a certain order and doing things a certain way. And yeah, I don't know, really keeping things straight, like keeping Tuesday and Thursday straight. Man, that's really hard for me. Really, like, I don't know, Tuesday and Thursday, I just, how people can, I don't know, Tuesday looks like Thursday, Tuesday, how people can really keep that difference straight. I understand there are different days of the week, right? But if you tell me something going to happen on Thursday, I'm just as likely to have Tuesday in my head. And this comes up. I teach, right? So this comes up a lot. Although I guess teachers, right? This is the absent-minded professor thing. So I guess this is kind of expected. Man, like trying to keep students' names straight or trying to call them by the correct name, that's pretty tough. And again, to resort to my wife or to appeal to my wife, she was saying, the reason is that you jump inside your head and you find a name. It might be the wrong name, it might be the right name, but you've already moved on, right? You're already on to something else. So there's that. So yes, this is not a major. It's not a major inconvenience. I certainly don't mean to be griping about it. The point of this is not to gripe about it. Although it is, I guess I feel bad because it's tough for other people. You're constantly kind of getting things almost right, but not really. So names, right? For example, Buddy becomes Sunny. And I guess I can slow down and figure it out, but trying to keep those two straight. Or where someone lives, right? What city someone lives in. So some people, right, sadly, will kind of take offense, right? Like trying to get Houston, Dallas straight is a nightmare, right? This person lives in Houston. No, it's Dallas. Ugh. Okay, well, I knew it was one of those two. Yeah, it's really hard to kind of slow down. It's really kind of hard to take the time to get it right or to figure out which one is the right one. I really don't seem to be able to slow down enough to do that. Also, I do feel kind of bad, as my son definitely has the same kind of thing. Things are called by these names, and it's not, it could be the right name, it could be the wrong name. I think we were trying to get him to the word notoriety, became litigious, for example, all sorts of things like that. So I feel pretty bad for him. He's constantly doing it. And he loses stuff like all kids, but I just can see, right? So he's probably going to end up pretty much in a situation like me. And there are good sides to it. There are good sides to being this way. You can kind of there's definitely positive things about it. But yeah, man, it can be tough, and it can be hard to it can be hard to get other people to understand, hard to get other people to understand what's going on. It's not that I don't care about people. I often know, like my students, right? I often know a great deal about my students. I often learn a great deal about them talking to them. But man, trying to get their names right when actually speaking, that is tough. All right, so thanks. Like and subscribe. That seems to be what everyone says at the end of these things. All right, so thanks. Peace out.